in terms of understanding the essence of what enterprise agility is all about. So we will look at critical definitions of the agile, the uppercase agile, the lowercase agile, and what agility means. We will look at the rise of agile. Often not today, we all hear this term, agility, enterprise agility. So it's nothing but it's an ability of any organization which can move and adapt quickly in response to the shifting customer and market needs. That's what enterprise agility all means. It's essential to understand the significant differences in the uppercase agile and the lowercase agile. So let's not get entangled in the English definitions or interpretations of it, but we will look into more in terms of the philosophy behind it. So when we look at the uppercase A of the agile, it is nothing but something we do. The lowercase a in agile is who we are. For example, a classic example of an uppercase A agile would be the way we plan, the way we discover, the way we go on doing our activities is what we call agile. The lowercase a is who we are. It means it is about those aspects of our operations, those aspects of our business in terms of a culture. Say, for example, here we can consider it as we have an embedded configuration management capabilities. We are fast at making decisions. We can anticipate and plan for changes. We encourage cross-organizational collaborations. We effectively prioritize and manage our change portfolio. We rapidly develop and deploy new capabilities. We effectively initiate change efforts. We have enhanced risk management practice. So the small a is who we are. So when we look at the agile, the uppercase agile, it's an umbrella term for a collection of framework and techniques that together enables a team, an individual, and an organization to work in a way that is typified by what we call collaboration, prioritization, iterative, and kind of an incremental delivery. And of course, which is based on a time frame, what we call a time-boxed approach. So there are several specific methods or frameworks that are classified as agile, such as the Kanban, the Scrum, the extreme programming. When we look at the smaller case A in terms of agile, it's a mindset and style of working, which is kind of characterized by how quick are we to respond, how flexible are we, and how effective are we in terms of adaptability. So as we can see in this picture, there's a distinction between a lowercase agile team or an organization and an uppercase agile method. So, and it is useful to further clarify that uncertainty that sometimes exists over the relationship between the uppercase agile and the lowercase agile and the aspect of enterprise agility itself. So when we look at enterprise agility, so organizations that aspire to be what we call truly agile focus on meeting constantly evolving needs by leveraging technology, people, and assets. So these organizations know for sure that change is an ongoing aspect, so they have to adapt to those changes. So they constantly evolve the needs by leveraging on technology, of course, by adopting newer technologies, looking at people aspects and assets. Assets here can be considered in terms of the processes and methods what they can use for provisioning a service. So there is a clear distinction between an uppercase agile and a lowercase agile, and in the way the relationship between the agile and the enterprise agility itself. So an uppercase agile is mostly concerned with the methods an organization would use to kind of deliver new products or services, or we can just call it as the outputs. Whereas the lowercase agile is just a description of, I mean, you would not just say it's a description. It's about mindset an organization would adapt when undertaking a work. So organizations that aspire to be truly agile focus on meeting these constantly evolving customer needs, the market needs, by leveraging the aspects of technology, the people, and of course, the processes and methods. When we talk about enterprise agility in terms of the uppercase A, it applies to agile methods of working, which are kind of defined by certain characteristics. Primarily, there are 4 characteristics of being an agile organization. They are basically delivery focused, they are iterative in nature, they are incremental, and they have simple processes and methods. So we'll have to explore all 4 of them, or each one of them, to understand how this uppercase agile, what it means for any organizations to call or know themselves as being an enterprise which is driven by agility. So delivery focus means it's those methods which are generally best suited to kind of deliver the products and services, and of course adapting change. Iterations ensure that there is a regular delivery, the work gets reviewed, there's a constant feedback from your entire stakeholders, and maintaining a relationship of the deliverables, the outputs, the services, or the changes. So iterative is by delivering your services regularly, by obtaining sufficient and significant reviews and feedback from your stakeholders. Whereas incremental is delivery of product or a service or change, which occurs in a stepwise or kind of an incremental fashion. So you go step by step, methodical. Time-driven means time boxes remain fixed by flexing cost and delivery. So for a particular time frame, you deliver something which is iterative and incremental. And every organizations have to adapt their processes and methods. And this is where, when we talked about reimagining your organization, reimagining your work, your services, the way you provision your service. So it essentially means you'll have to relook into all your processes and methods. So flexibility and speed are favored over control and governance. So enterprise agility is achieved through these 5 aspects, which is focus on delivery. It is those methods which are best suited to deliver the kind of products or services and change in your market. Be it iterative, so that means you ensure there is a regular delivery which gets reviewed and feedback obtained from relevant stakeholders. You deliver on an incremental way, that means it's a stepwise or an incremental fashion, one after the other, which is governed by a time box as for a fixed time and a fixed cost. And then you adapt those processes and methods to achieve enterprise agility. When you look at what we call the rise of agile, so in the 90s, when you look back at software development, the software development industry faced a kind of a crisis in this period of time. It is the crisis between identifying a business need and the delivery of an actual application or a product to meet the need was around 2 to 3 years. So typically the project cycle was about 2 or 3 years. So within that period, the requirements, the technology, the systems, and even entire organizations likely underwent tremendous changes. So, and as a backlash against slow, unsuitable, heavyweight processes, agile software development processes were instigated. So this led to the rise of what we call the agile. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate. Email to info@oneworldtraining.com.